Good morning. Are you depressed, in pain, stuck, bored, or suffering? Then watch this video. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So, hi Karen, and thank you for agreeing to do the video with me, the interview with me. I think it's important for people to understand a little bit more about the medical Qigong program, and what they can get out of it, how it can completely transform their life. And I know you had an amazing experience with it. And I think it will be great for people to hear your story. So we met about 4 years ago, and can you say where were you 4 years ago and what was going on in your life? Where are you coming from? Kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. So, 4 years ago, I was feeling very depressed, very sad. Nothing seemed to matter. I would wake up every day, do the same thing every day, and nothing was really sparking my life. There was no special interest, or I couldn't see what was going to happen in my life 5 years from then or 10 years. It was just following a routine. Nothing was changing, nothing was shifting. So I started feeling back pain, eye pain, feeling more depressed, more sad, and I started looking for different options, different therapies, different doctors, and nothing really seemed to work until one day that I had a friend that told me about the opportunity to go and see an acupuncturist, which was Dr. Goren. So that's where I started my acupuncture treatments, and that's when my life started to shift.
And so then what happened? I mean, you
It,
got some acupuncture treatments, and then how did you get from acupuncture treatments to the medical Qigong program?
yes, so I started getting the acupuncture treatments, which were really amazing. I was feeling much better after each treatment. And a couple of days after I started getting the treatments, Dr. Goren asked me or offered the opportunity to join the medical Qigong program. At that point, I felt very confused because I had no clue what medical Qigong was.
Okay, and any apprehension about the program? Was it like hard to decide? What came up for you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you that it was hard to decide at that time because I had never heard the term medical Qigong. I had no idea what it was. I didn't know what to expect. I had my life, with my daughters, my husband. I didn't know if I was gonna have the time to do it. I didn't know if I could do it during those days. It was 9 to 5, so I couldn't get my daughters in school. And I didn't really know how can a seminar help my life to move. So I had my doubts until I said, you know what? I've tried so many things and nothing was really working. I was still stuck and feeling very sad. So I said, there's probably nothing to lose and maybe a little to gain or a lot to gain. Let's just, open my perspective and go see what's there for me. I decided to pay the registration fee so that I would make sure that I would be at the seminar.
And then what happened?
And then the day came. I have to be very honest. I was driving to the seminar and thinking, who's gonna be there? It's probably gonna be weird people or a weird topic. I don't know anything about Chinese medicine. But you know what? Okay, and then it's gonna be 9 to 5. It's so long. Well, I can tell you that as soon as I entered that room and I started hearing Dr. Goren talk, hours felt like seconds. I was so engaged and touched with the information that the 5 days flew in no time. And when it ended, I was really crying in my car because I didn't want it to end. I was really hoping the second seminar would be very soon.
So then you went through the program, and then you continued to do another program, and it's 4 years since you started, since we met. How is your life now? What kind of change? What do you think in the medical Qigong program was touching you or helping you in the transformation?
I can absolutely tell you all that that was my major life-changing experience. Probably I can say that my life changed when I had my daughters, and then this was the major life change experience. I started by learning different meditations and techniques. I started recognizing areas in my body or in my emotions that were not showing up clearly. So I didn't know why I was feeling sad or depressed or confused, because many times it was like having a veil over my eyes. I couldn't take decisions. I didn't know what was best for me. So after doing the medical qigong seminar, I started recognizing those areas or emotions that were blocking me. I was able to work with those tools and start shifting my life so that I could start taking better decisions. It was as bad as probably not even knowing when I started the seminar, I couldn't really choose between buying a blue shirt or a red shirt. It was that bad. And I'm sure like people have difficulties in like making decisions, maybe more important decisions in life, you know, changing careers or getting married. And this definitely made my life easier because I was able to focus, to concentrate, and see what was important for me and what was able to make my life going in the right path. After I finished the first seminar, it was not the end, because as days went on and I continued practicing the meditations and the techniques, things started to open in my life. It was a very different perspective. It was a different knowledge. It was a new language that allowed me to self-heal and to see things more clearly.
Karen, thank you for sharing your story. It's really moving to hear it. I know I heard it a couple of times before, but and I experienced that through the 4 years of your transformation. And the purpose of this video is because there are a lot of people that are suffering out there. A lot of people who are in chronic pain, trying different things and not getting results. A lot of people with antidepressant medication, anxiety, cancer. And pain and really suffering, and it can be like nothing medical, but issues around money and issues around relationships and all that. And I really appreciate you doing it, and I want to thank you for joining us. Just before we close, I want to give you an opportunity if you have any words
Yes,
to close.
absolutely. I want to say that also one of the most important learnings or that I got is that when you really discover what moves your life, the passion in your life, everything starts shifting. When I started acupuncture and medical qigong, I was very lost. I didn't know why I was here, what's my purpose, what is it good for me to do in this world. And through the medical qigong, I discovered that I wanted to help people the way I needed to be helped. I needed to help people start shifting their lives to a healthier life. And by getting all these tools, techniques, and meditations, we can all do it.
Thank you, Karen. I am sending you an invitation. I would love to see you here. I know we can teach you different techniques and different theories and different understanding that will completely transform your life. Take action. Sign up, and we'll see you here when you come here. Any last words, Karen?
Yes, I was forgetting to say something also very important. When I started this process, I didn't know how to recognize what was happening in my life. And medical qigong gave me the opportunity to learn how to really access areas of my body that I didn't know how to access, or to recognize emotions in myself and those around me, so that I could also heal and help them move on in life. The same with my family, with those friends around me. So it was just not for myself, but it created an opportunity to help the others around me, so that when everyone is working on the same direction, everything moves better.
Thank you, Karen.
Yes.
And again, for you, you can make your life a life worth living. free of suffering, free of pain, really full of joy and laughter. Be part of that process. Call us, register, and come join us. Thank you so much. It's a little